My introduction to the music business was always from day one. It was live and learn. No one, for a long time, nobody really ever sat me down and said, here's the music business.
And one of the reasons for doing this project is for people who don't know how to get involved in the industry, who don't have contacts. One, you watch this DVD, you'll learn something about the industry.
A lot of people gonna knock you down, a lot of people gonna dish you, a lot of people gonna say it ain't gonna work. You gotta be determined enough, you gotta believe in yourself enough to get through all that, because all it takes is the right person to hear you.
Do it for the love of music, not for the love of money. You know what I'm saying? Have a real talent and real possession that you're gonna feel like you're gonna change the world or do something different.
Get your vocals together, get your writing together, get your production together, get your look together, get your management together. You gotta have a vision and know that that's what you need to have in place in order to be successful in that profession.
I say show and prove. When a song is that hot, spend $1,000 and go get 1,000 CDs made and give them to 1,000 people where you live. If it's that hot, they all gonna start bumping it. Somebody's gonna copy it. Somebody's gonna want to get it to the radio.
For a new artist, a lawyer is probably the most important thing that you could have, because that's somebody who's going to represent you, who's going to express your views and give you your opinion from his professional opinion.
I never think in this business that the people I work with are completely looking out for my business. They're also in business. Your manager, your accountant, your lawyer, your label, everyone has their own interests to mind. So one of the best things you can do as an artist, mind your own business. They're not against you, don't get paranoid. Make sure you know what they're in it for, and you know what you're in it for, and then you'll be savvy and you can make educated decisions. But everybody's at some level in it for themselves.
But a lawyer is someone who is going to look over any contract and is going to comment on the actual contracts and on the actual paperwork. So a manager will often be the guy that will generate that paperwork, because we'll go out and get the deal.
A manager is really an artist's personal liaison between the label and the artist, between the lawyer and the artist. You know, a manager is able to really express things from a business perspective on the artist's behalf.
Before you sit down to begin to negotiate a contract, what you want to do is have an idea of the overall numbers that are involved, the amount of dollars that could be generated, and then who are you? Are you artist? Are you producer? Are you songwriter? Where do you stand in this business relationship? And that will inform and help you decide what kind of contract to negotiate.
If I was a young artist, I think my advance money is the last money I'm gonna see in a while, unless I do a good album. Then I can see some tour money, and then from there, I should have a team in place to make sure my royalties are right.
Recoupment, as far as my understanding is when you got to give it back what you own. You know, in so many words, the record company says, well, we're going to sign MC Rapper Rap and give him $200,000 up front. Well, if he don't sell them records back to make that money back off the top, when he get his first record sales, that money comes back to the record company, and he's sitting around looking crazy.
A lot of times people's first deal, it's a bad deal. If you make it to the point where you can look back in hindsight and you're at a point where you can renegotiate things, then that means you definitely didn't start off in the best situation. But I think it's that way in every profession. You kind of always got to start at the lower entry-level position, so to speak. Some people start out as interns and then they make it to be the CEO. So I just think that's just a part of the game. And you know, a lot of times it's just you gotta decide and make that sacrifice. Like it may be a bad deal or not the best deal, but it's a deal that I didn't have last week. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta go with it and you know, make the best of it and just have your whole vision in mind and be driven enough to try and make it happen.
Demo is basically a demonstration of what their music could be.
When I listen to a demo, I'm really first looking at the voice, originality and tone. You know, something in the tone of their voice that would really set them apart from all other artists, that would make them really identifiable. I listen to vocal range, and it's always nice when you have both of those things and then you have a hit song on top of that.
Somebody plays the song on the radio. They pay to play your song on the radio. It's called publishing.
Publishing is the most important thing an artist can own.
It's just that point in your career where you realize that I gotta take care of my business. I gotta look out for this business, and you know, I mean, sometimes we go in the door like that. Sometimes we realize it as we go along. Sometimes we realize it when it's too late. Which one are you gonna do?
Music Business 201 is a course on the music industry that will empower the serious recording industry seeker. Learn from prominent platinum recording artists, producers, songwriters, and executives. Gain industry secrets on how to break into and stay in the music industry. Get 2 hours of amazing music industry knowledge for only $14.95.